Hey guys, this is day 2 of teaching Python. So, yesterday we did Python syntax, output, and comments. Today we're only going to cover one chapter. It's going to be Python variables. So, we'll start over here. Python variables. So, we'll start with creating variables. To create a variable, you'll have to first name like a variable. So like you can make it X, Y, any like letter, word, or anything like that. And you put a equals to and put whatever you want. So in this case, there's a 5. So there's X equals to 5, Y equals to John, print X, and X is equals to 5, and print Y, and Y is equals to John. So over here, it gives you the same thing. So it'll print 5 and it'll print John. Okay? Variables do not need to be declared with a particular type. So you can do like any one of these. So like this one, it can either be a number or a string, stuff like that. Okay? Casting. In casting, it will make it a string or an integer or a float. A string, it'll write the number. An integer just means that it's a number, so it'll just write the number. Float, however, means it has a decimal, so 3.0. So I'll write that. And over here, we just write print functions to print all of these things. Okay. Getting the type. If you write print, parentheses, type, parentheses, x, then it will give you what x is. So over here, it will make it an integer. But John, however, is in quotations, so therefore it's a string. That's how you get to see which one it is. Okay? And it doesn't matter what type of quotations you're using. As long as you have the same one on both sides, you're good to go. And if you make it a lowercase a or an uppercase a, it will not override it. So if you write print a, it will only print number 4. It won't print Sally. If you do it same vice versa. If you make it a capital, it will only print capital, not the lowercase. Now we'll do variable names. Variable names, okay? You get to make a name, however, like this. Any one of these cases works. But the only thing that doesn't work is you cannot start your variable name with a number. You cannot do that. You can put a 2 over here or put a 2 on the end, but you cannot start it with a number. Same with this. You cannot put this thing like a minus symbol, but you can do underscores. No spaces allowed either. Like that. Now if we run this, it should work. It's not loading right now, but it would work. So something wrong happened. Oh, it's because we don't have a print function. So if we do print, parentheses, my underscore var, now it should just print John. Let's see. Yep, it did. So you cannot have those, okay? Okay, and now let's learn some cases. Camel case. And this is when you will do you will do each word starts with a capital letter. So variable starts with a capital letter and name starts with a capital letter, except the first one. Pascal case. That means every word has its own, it starts with the uppercase. And snake, that means in between each word is separated by an underscore. Assign multiple values. So over here, if you write x, comma, y, comma, z is equals to orange, banana, cherry. And if you write this, it will be like this. So see, first is orange, and over here, first is x. So x is equals to orange, y is equals to banana, z is equals to cherry. So when you do this, it will be in like columns, orange, banana, cherry. Orange, banana, cherry. And you can do the same thing like this with a equals to sign. But an equals to sign only works when all of this, the x, y, z, is equals to only one thing, like orange. So over here, I'll say orange, orange, orange. Right there. Orange, orange, orange. Okay? Unpack a collection. So if you write a list, like assign a variable named fruits, make it a list, and you assign this as a list. Then x, y, z is equals to fruits, the name of this. And it will do the same thing like that. X is equal to apple, z is equal to banana, y is equal to banana, z is equal to cherry. And you print it, it will do just like how it said. Okay. Output variables. Okay. X is equals to Python is awesome. If you print that, it will say Python is awesome. If you write Python, x is equals to Python, is equals to y, and awesome is equals to z, if you write this, it will still say Python is awesome. It's another way of doing it. But over here, when you do numbers, integers, when you do those, then it will add these two numbers. It won't write 10, 5, 10. It will just simply add them. So it'll be 15. Right there, 15. But over here, you cannot add both an integer and a string. They have to be the same type for that to work. So when you're using a plus, it will not work. But if you write a comma, then it will work. It'll just write 5 John. But over here, it'll give you an error. Global variations. Global variables. So over here in global variables, it says x is equals to awesome. Def my func print Python is plus x my func. So the reason why we wrote my func after is because we have to call this def my func. So you'll have to just write my func underneath with parentheses and it will work. The thing over here, what happened was Python is. This is already a string that we have. And we did plus x. And as we see over here, x is equals to awesome. So it just will smack these two together. Python is awesome. Just over here. Okay. It just did it a little bit more complicated and it did it like twice. So Python is awesome. You did this, this, this. And it calls the Python is fantastic. And this one will call the awesome. So it did it twice. And over here, you can use another thing. You can write global x. So this just if you want to create a global variable right over here, global variable, then you can use global keyword. Okay, so if you just write my func is equals to x fantastic, then that variable is only local. but you can make it a global variable by using the global thing. Same over here, it's just use global and it's showing that it can work. So that's it today. Tomorrow, come back tomorrow to see day 3 of teaching Python. Till then, bye.